Welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to think about electricity, just for a second. Most of us literally never spend our day thinking about it, right? You flip a switch, the lights come on, and life just continues. The tech is absolutely everywhere, but mostly it just goes completely unnoticed. Well, imagine a future where artificial intelligence becomes exactly like that. We're not talking about something out of a sci-fi movie, not something futuristic or even something people talk about every day, just another invisible part of everyday life. And the crazy thing is, that future, it's actually arriving way faster than we think.
So let's break this comparison down a bit. On the physical side, you flip a switch, you get light. Boom. On the digital side, you open an app and suddenly AI recommendations just instantly appear. They're really becoming one and the same in terms of how little thought we actually give them. AI is rapidly becoming the electricity of our digital world. So the big question isn't whether AI is going to become common, because it already is.
The real central question we need to ask ourselves, and kind of the whole focus of our explainer today, is simply this. What actually happens when we stop noticing AI? When a new technology first drops, everyone's paying attention. You've got the headlines, the massive debates, the excitement, and yeah, for sure, some fear. Literally everyone talks about it. But over time, something really interesting happens. The remarkable just transforms right into the ordinary.
And we can actually trace this through a pretty fascinating historical pattern. Think back to the 1990s. The internet was totally revolutionary, right? But today, we just expect it to be there. In the 2000s, smartphones felt like this incredible magic in our pockets. Today, they're completely ordinary. Now, look at our trajectory heading toward 2026 and beyond. We are heading straight into this era of invisible AI. And that shift from remarkable to ordinary, that literally changes everything.
What's honestly mind-blowing is the sheer volume of AI already acting as this constant, totally invisible force in our daily routines. Just imagine a totally normal day. You wake up to an alarm, your phone recommends an article you should read, a navigation app tells you the absolute fastest route to work, your email quietly filters out the spam, your social media feed is perfectly curated, and algorithms actually queue up what you're going to watch tonight. And let's be real, they usually know what you want better than you do. In all these cases, AI is involved constantly, not just occasionally, constantly. The tech is just fading into the background and leaving only this incredibly seamless experience behind. So, why does this happen? Well, it all comes down to what we call the human adaptation machine. Human beings are just remarkably adaptable. We adjust to almost everything. You move to a new city, eventually it feels familiar. You start a new job, it becomes a routine. A crazy new technology drops, and pretty soon, it's just ordinary. Now, this psychological tendency is brilliant because it helps us survive and thrive in a constantly changing world. But it also creates this massive blind spot. We get so accustomed to these powerful shifts that we just stop noticing them entirely. The extraordinary slowly becomes expected, and what once seemed totally impossible just quietly becomes part of daily life.
So we hit this really crucial point. When convenience becomes normal, invisibility actually brings a challenge. Now, at first glance, a technology fading into the background sounds like a massive success, right? Useful tech often becomes invisible. Nobody wakes up and celebrates having running water every morning. Nobody marvels at electricity every single time they turn on a lamp. Convenience just becomes normal. But when a technology as incredibly powerful as artificial intelligence goes invisible, it becomes way too easy to just stop examining it.
Because when something becomes invisible, it becomes infinitely easier to just stop questioning it altogether. Just think about the defining lesson of social media. Millions of us join those platforms simply to connect with our friends. But over time, the algorithms running them grew incredibly powerful. Today, AI helps determine exactly what billions of people see and consume every single day. Yet, most users just experience the results without ever giving a second thought to the massive systems running behind the screen. That is exactly what normalization looks like. And AI is moving in that exact same direction across so many parts of our lives.
And honestly, because of that normalization, we have to actively force ourselves to stop and ask the really hard questions. Like, how are these decisions actually being made? Why am I seeing this specific piece of information right now? Who actually benefits from this system? And what human assumptions were built right into this technology? The real danger ahead isn't some evil sci-fi AI taking over the world. No, the real danger is our own failure to pay attention once the technology just naturally fades from our view.
Let's ground this in our local reality for a second. Across absolutely vital South African sectors, we're talking education, employment, banking, healthcare, public services, AI is going to profoundly alter the landscape. In every single one of these areas, AI is definitely going to improve lives, but let's be clear, it's also going to create some massive new challenges. And this future, it's not going to announce itself with some massive dramatic wave. It's going to shape South Africa gradually and quietly. Just one convenience, one system, and one totally invisible decision at a time.
Which brings us right to the ultimate hurdle of our era. The real challenge of the AI age isn't actually learning how to use the technology. It's learning how to remain conscious of it. Like, how do we enjoy all these incredible benefits without totally surrendering our awareness? We have to figure out how to embrace this awesome innovation without abandoning our curiosity. And it's an active practice, because maintaining that awareness is incredibly difficult once something starts to feel perfectly normal.
You know, as we mark the season finale of Digital Mzansi, I really want us to just take a collective breath and reflect. It has been such an incredible journey exploring what it truly means to live alongside AI and trying to bring all these super complex concepts to light through these explainers.
Over the course of the season, we have unpacked some deeply fascinating questions together. Why does talking to an AI actually feel so real? Why are people out there sharing their absolute deepest secrets with machines? Can AI actually help reduce human loneliness? What happens when our trust in these algorithms goes just a little too far? And how does all of this completely shape our attention? Now, at first, these might have seemed like completely separate tech stories, but when you look at them all together, they reveal one massive picture. AI isn't just changing code or hardware. It is fundamentally changing human experiences. It's changing our relationships, our habits, and our baseline expectations for everyday life.
And maybe the most profound realization of all is this. The day we truly stop noticing AI will not be marked by some major announcement. There is absolutely no grand global parade, no single cinematic turning point, just quiet routine. It will simply become expected. And that, right there, is exactly why paying attention matters so much. The most massive transformations in human history always happen gradually. Not when we're looking directly at them, but when we stop looking altogether.
So I want to leave you with this really powerful final thought. Understanding artificial intelligence is only part of the story. Understanding ourselves is the other part. If you've been with us throughout this entire season, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss our future explainers. Next season, we are going to dive even deeper. We're going to explore the deep psychology behind exactly why we trust these systems and what it actually reveals about human nature. But until then, I want you to ask yourself, as AI becomes as completely invisible as the electricity powering your screen right now, what parts of your own mind are you letting it control? Thanks for joining this explainer, and I will see you in Season 2.